Hey there, welcome back to the Festival Kitchen. I'm Jenny, and this is Lauren, and we're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. Today we are bringing the world to your table with a fun Korean street food inspired dish.
I'm so excited for this recipe, Jenny.
Yes.
Today we are making oven-fried Korean popcorn chicken.
So good.
Yum. So let's get started. What we've already done, we've already taken our boneless, skinless chicken breast, we've cubed it into about 2-inch pieces, and what we're going to do is we're going to add buttermilk to essentially marinate this chicken. And I'm just going to kind of stir it up a little bit. And typically, you would let this marinate or soak together for about an hour. But in the interest of time today, we're going to kind of just move on. But typically, yes, you would just let it soak in there.
And the buttermilk really keeps that chicken moist and really juicy.
Yes. So I'm going to kind of sneak this over here, actually, and move these two over. The next step is to prepare our coating, or our crunchiness on the outside. So delicious. So what we're using today, we're using cornflakes that have been just crushed up. So this is like a better for you option. And then we're going to add in some flour and black pepper.
I love the texture of the cornflakes because it is super crunchy. And so you don't have to bake it as long to get that crunch, which dries out the chicken usually.
Yes, and something really easy to use. You can just put it into a bag, and it's a good job for the kids.
Yeah.
Yep, rolling pin. All right, that looks good. So our next step is we are going to coat our chicken. So I've already washed my hands, and I'm just going to take a piece of our chicken, kind of get some of that buttermilk off, and then just dredge it.
And a little closer to you.
And then add it to our parchment paper lined pan.
Perfect. And while Lauren is working on that, I'm going to get started on the sauce for this dish. So this sauce is a gochujang-based sauce, and gochujang is a fermented chili paste. It's a Korean condiment, kind of like a Korean sriracha, if you will.
So yummy.
Get the gochujang into our pan here.
And you would find this in the ethnic foods aisle at our stores.
And the gochujang is kind of sweet. It's a little salty, a little spicy, lots of great flavor. And to bring out more of that sweetness, we're adding some ketchup and soy sauce. Then we have a little bit of honey, again to bring out more of that sweetness. A little bit of rice wine vinegar. And then ginger, garlic, sesame oil. I love toasted sesame oil.
Oh, so good. It's definitely worth having as a pantry staple at home.
And then water. I'm going to turn this on and then, oops. Go. Give it a good whisk together. So what I want to do here is get this nice and combined and then bring it to a boil. And then once it's to a boil, I'll reduce the heat and let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes to get it nice and thick.
Awesome. And this is ready for you, Jenny, to pop in the oven.
Right.
So typically you would fill about 2 baking sheets, but we're just going to fill up 1 today. And Jenny's going to cook it. It's going to bake at 425 for about 15 to 20 minutes. You want to keep an eye on it. You want that chicken cooked through, but also that coating is really nice and browned and crunchy. And then we will serve it with our sauce. Ooh, those look amazing.
They look good.
Perfect. I'm going to scoot over and wash my hands.
All right. And while you're doing that, I'm going to swap out this sauce. We actually have one that's already been thickened. Get that over here. You can see how it's nice and thick because we want it to be like a good dipping sauce for this popcorn chicken. Oh, it smells so good.
It does. Awesome.
All right.
This out of the way here.
And while you're working on that, I'm going to go ahead and drizzle the sauce over the chicken.
Yum. This is a very kid-friendly dish, too.
Yes. And if your kids, aren't a big fan of spice, you could certainly adjust the amount of gochujang that is in it, or just leave it on the side for them to dip in it so they have more control over how much heat they're getting in this.
Yes, because the chicken is a very basic popcorn chicken recipe.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and add green onion, just sprinkling these throughout. Just add a little bit of color, good flavor. Yum. And then some sesame seeds. Just going to sprinkle those throughout.
So pretty.
It's a really fun appetizer or even main dish.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Plate and fork for you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's pick one out here. This one looks good. I got to get some of that
nice
sauce.
and crunchy.
Yes. So crunchy, and I think this has the perfect amount of spice. The sauce does.
Yes, it's absolutely delicious. Well, we hope you give this popcorn chicken a fry for dinner tonight.
And for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit fastfoods.com.